What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I'm bringing you guys an episode of Call of Duty Ghost Gun Guide. The series will go through all the weapons in Call of Duty Ghost, breaking them down in 3 minutes or less, give you guys the stats and some of my own personal opinions to help you become a better Call of Duty player. So in this video, as you can see, we're going to be taking on the CBJ-MS. You guys ready? Here we go. So starting off with iron sights, this thing has some pretty interesting ones. They're like these weird open 3 vertical lines with the middle vertical line having this dot in the middle of it. I don't know, it's pretty weird, but it's actually really effective. I really like these. I actually prefer the iron sights to any other type of optic. I feel like they're so open, they work so well because it's gonna have so much recoil. It's not hard to track enemies in them. So I really like these things. I suggest not using any optics on it. As for damage, this thing does 35 damage up close and then 17 damage at a distance, which is kind of like average, maybe slightly below average for an SMG. It's kind of run-of-the-mill there, and then that makes the shots to kill 3 to 6, which again is kind of like average or maybe slightly below average for an SMG. It's not awful, but there are definitely faster killing SMGs and ARs obviously in the game. Now, next up, as for the rate of fire, this is where this weapon shines. It does 1,000 rounds per minute, which is one of the fastest guns in the game and definitely the fastest SMG in the game. So, as you guys would imagine, because it's dumping all those bullets down range, it's also got one of the highest recoils. I'd probably say second place in the SMG category behind the K7. So that's pretty bad, but if you use this gun correctly, you won't really notice because this right here is about the farthest engagement you should get in with this weapon. It's got high recoil, high rate of fire, and relatively low damage. So you want to make sure you're always right next to enemies. That's where this thing's going to shine. You're never going to lose a gunfight if you keep right up close with the enemies. And when you're up close, that recoil is not going to matter because if an enemy's taking up, half or a quarter of your screen, even if it kicks up, you're still going to be hitting him in his head. So you're going to be good to go there. Now, next up for the magazine size, you got 34 rounds in your regular mag or 51 if you're running extended mags, which is actually pretty small for an SMG. And that coupled with a super high rate of fire is one of the biggest downsides of this weapon. It burns through ammo, so you really have to be careful with that. But it's got a pretty decent reload speed. It's slightly above average or slightly quicker than average. 3.6 seconds if your mag is completely empty, or 2.9 seconds if you got at least 1 bullet left. So that's a good thing. Now, finally, as for my recommended attachments and perks and things like that, I really like muzzle brake and grip on this thing. That's usually a pretty solid combination for me. Extended mags is also a really good choice because, again, it does burn through that ammo, so that greatly helps you out. And then silencer isn't bad if you want to stay off the radar, but I really wouldn't recommend it unless you're trying to be super stealthy because the extra range on this thing can be very useful when you don't have that silencer on. Now, as for perks, I like ready up, sleight of hand, on the go, steady aim, quick draw, and focus. There are 2 perks in here that are very important. Focus is really good because, again, this thing has a ton of recoil. It does not excel at those medium range gunfights, so focus is really going to help you win those if you do encounter those. And then also, steady aim is super important on this weapon because half the time I don't even aim down sight. This thing shoots so fast, and steady aim makes that hip fire so small. You can take down enemies from decent distances away without even aiming down sight, which is pretty useful. So, anyway, yeah, there you guys have it. That is the CBJ-MS. We literally ended that one right at the 3-minute mark, so that's pretty impressive. This weapon is it's a pretty unique one. Like, it's definitely not the best weapon in the game or the best SMG in the game by any means, but it's fun to use, it's unique, and it can definitely be very rewarding if you use it in the right way. So, try it out. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment with which weapon you'd like to see in the next episode of Call of Duty Ghost Gun Guide. Check out one of the other 2 videos you've seen yet. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.